Transition to Florida. You're going from Manhattan, and obviously Florida is a step up as far as it's the SEC and higher profile, etc. But still coaching.
Oh, absolutely. The most challenging part, obviously, is when you leave your family. But basketball-wise, you're still doing the same thing. You're still in the grind. You're still trying to evaluate talent. You may be looking at a little bit better talent than Manhattan, which obviously is an adjustment. But so far, so good.
How do you describe yourself as a recruiter?
Tenacious. That's a great question. I try to wear many hats, because every kid is different, and I try to adapt to a particular kid. But just consistent with my message as far as talking to kids, but definitely one of aggression. Just trying to make sure they understand where they stand with us.
Do you still remember that game in the O-Dome 10 years ago that you played at and what that was like?
Yeah, we got robbed. A couple calls didn't go our way. Absolutely. It's funny you bring that up. We were just having that conversation. Yeah, it was a tremendous experience. The fans were rowdy, on top of you, tough place to play, hard to hear your head coach, away from the bench. We get a lot of jokes about it now, but we didn't get a couple calls. Cost us.
You're a St. Anthony guy, and it's kind of like a very closed fraternity. You guys who are ever coaches or players, whatever like that, it's like you're never far apart. And here you are with Rosario here as well. So
yeah, it's definitely Coach Hurley is the architect of that unbelievable school, and we are a fraternity. It's really odd that I ended up coaching Mike his last year of college. I've known Mike for a long time, watched him from afar. Talented kid. So it's funny. And I think this is the first time in the history of St. Anthony's a former player is coaching a former player from St. Anthony's, which is odd. Myself and Coach talk about that all the time now.
How do you get through to him, or what motivates him, do you think, Mike?
A lot of things. Right now he's playing well. He had 25 last night, 25 and 5. I think with Mike, he just wants to win, and he understands the importance of coming in ready to play. And it's not just my job to motivate him. The entire staff, and I think Mike understands that he's going to, need to bring his A game every day out.
Talk about your relationship with Billy and how this all came about.
Billy was somebody I admired from afar. Anytime you compete against someone. And that 2000 team, I think, went all the way to the Final Four. We beat them that year, and then obviously the return game, you guys got us here. But just anybody that wins 2 national titles as a coach, you gotta, take your hat off to him, and then just respecting what he does and what he stands for. For me, from a coaching standpoint, it's somebody that I looked up to and reached out to and was looking to build a relationship with. So just so happens, this thing comes full circle. That I could work for a guy like that.
how does your St. Anthony